Welcome everyone. So today's topic is about backgrounds, and this is something super exciting. So definitely stay until the end because we will show you how to make your own backdrops. And this is something super powerful that you can make your photography stand out and make completely unique. So we will just dive in now. So as you all know, professional backdrops can be quite expensive, but especially when I was starting out, I wanted to find some kind of cheaper solutions for food photography, and I didn't want to spend no more than 20 euros or dollars for a backdrop. So what happened was that I started to create my own backdrops, and these are actually super easy to do, and it's like a little bit like almost like meditation in general. So let's just dive in here. And obviously the best material have to be, since you're working with food, it have to be something that you can easily clean and you can easily move. So if you're in your own studio, then it doesn't matter because it's like, yeah, you don't have to move all your backdrops that often. But when you have to go for a restaurant or when you have to go to the client's place, then it should be portable. And what I have found is that the best ones are stone, porcelain tiles, wood, or some kind of vinyl backdrops, or in general, some kind of backdrops that you can wash. Because at first, when I started out, I was like, oh yeah, let's use paper. But with paper, you can quite often use only one time, and then you're gonna mess the whole backdrop up, and it's gonna get dirty, and it's super hard to clean this one. And then what you can have here is that, for example, I had it like this, that at some point I started to have my signature uh, backdrops and props. And here, like especially when you're mostly using photography for your Instagram, then you can have like a super nice grid and similar style, and people can already recognize, oh, that's your work, because it's like the backdrop is here again. And somehow how at some point like these backdrops became my signature backdrops, and yeah, it just like went like this, like super smoothly. So before you make your own backdrop or choose your own backdrop, then what you definitely have to do is that you have to think about if the backdrop is neutral. So like really try to choose like neutral colors, and then also consider the texture, because the texture makes a huge difference in general. You can go on the rustic road, or it can be something super minimalistic, and it can also work. And then sometimes you don't even have to buy something new again and spend money. So what you can have here is that you can just find some kind of solution where you can just work with things you already have. Maybe you already have some wooden boards or some floor tiles from your renovation. So definitely at first, like, go to the garage before you go to some kind of construction store and find the solutions there. When I create sometimes my own backdrops, is that I look for cool neutral pastel colors, and I also try to think about the color theory that we are talking in our another lesson. But the the backdrop in general should not be like too crazy, because in the end of the day, quite often you still want the food to shine, not the backdrop. So you can also consider like these kind of things here. And again, like, work with whatever you can find, because sometimes you just have to, I don't know, go to your grandmother's place and find some unique backdrops there. And again, like, I personally found like a lot of things from the garage or basement, or I went to the store, construction store, and just bought some floor tiles. Another solution is that you can always use, for example, newspapers, books, paper, and like those little things that are part of the backdrop in general. Another thing that I personally used was fake marble. So because like marble in general is quite expensive, and if you don't want to spend that much money on marble, then this one is completely fake. Another little hack is that when you have one backdrop, then you can always have the other side of the backdrop. So you just have to turn it around and you can have like two in one. And this one always saves some space in your studio. And another thing, what I personally used is MDF board, all-purpose filler, to get some texture. So as you can see here, for example, here I used the MDF board and then the filler. That filler is like just for that texture there, because I let it like, I made the texture there with the card, and then it gave me like super, super nice texture. And then I let it dry. And then after this one, I painted them. And for backdrops, I usually like to have black, white, or gray, because they are like the neutral colors that you can easily match with the food in general, and the sponge to mix the colors. And here, as you can see, like just like a little bit of gray, a little bit of black, and then it also always like comes together. And this technique is actually easier than you might think. So definitely just like go and have fun with the paint, because I felt like when I started to create those backdrops, I felt like it's like almost like getting back to childhood, and it's like super, super crazy. So first of all, you obviously need to have the texture with the filler, then you let it dry, and then you let it dry for 24 hours. And after this one, you're just gonna go back to school, and as I was telling you before, like just play around with the different colors you want to create, and think about also like mixing the colors and what color comes out, like that everything you learned from school, and let it dry again, and there you have it, like your amazing backdrop. And also like those kind of little limited solutions make you come out of comfort zone, and in the end of the day you will have something super unique backdrop that's like not for everyone. So you have like a super unique, because quite often like what you can see is that like so many people are using the same thing. But if you wanna have like a little bit unique solution and different solution, then you can just order this one and make your own instead of ordering somewhere online. Thank you for watching. I hope this was useful, and I will see your backgrounds on Instagram or somewhere in social media in general, and I can't wait to hear your feedback on this one.